no, what's wrong? I just realized I still haven't replied to one of my friend's texts. It's been a month. Why not just reply now? I've been remembering every day, but every time I think about it, something distracts me. And now, it's just too late. If I reply, I'll have to explain why I didn't answer sooner. Can't you just say you forgot? It's more complicated than that. I didn't forget. I remembered over and over, but the longer I waited, the more ashamed I felt. Now I'm stuck. But not replying is worse. Isn't this how friendship fall apart? Yeah, it's not the first time. ADHD has been sabotaging my friendships my whole life. In school, ADHD made me quite impulsive. At first, that helped me make friends. Other kids thought I was funny and outgoing. But keeping friends, that was way more complicated. As relationships got more complex, I struggled to follow the unspoken rules of friendship, like keeping secrets, something that was almost impossible for impulsive me. One impulsive mistake and suddenly I was a bad friend. Kids at that age are not exactly forgiving. I quickly learned how easy it was to go from being part of the group to being excluded. High school. Yikes! I'm glad that's over. Same. But when high school ended, I thought things might get better. But they didn't. In college, friendship started depending on texts and calls, and MSN Messenger chats for millennials like me. ADHD made that so hard to manage. Because I needed to remember to reply to text messages and to think about sending messages from time to time to catch up, it felt like a huge task. I was busy studying and struggling to adapt to a completely new environment. Staying in touch with my friends often stayed in the back of my mind. Something I felt bad about, but I couldn't prioritize. Over time, the distance grew. I didn't know why it was so hard for me, and since I was undiagnosed, I blamed myself. I thought I was just a bad person. Living with undiagnosed ADHD can be very detrimental to your self-esteem. So if you wonder whether you could have ADHD but don't know where to start, my pre-diagnosis workbook is just the tool you need. I made it so you can have the support I wish I had when I started my own diagnosis journey at 29. The link is in the description. Check it out. Because we spend so much of our lives feeling like we are doing everything wrong, ADHD can lead to internalizing a lot of shame. Even when we are diagnosed and understand our symptoms, it's still hard not to blame ourselves. Thoughts like, I'm just lazy, or I'm just stupid, can stick with us for years. That shame can even make us withdraw. We might avoid people, make excuses, or even lie to cover up our struggles. Hey, I'm close to your place. Want to hang out? Sorry, I'm super busy right now. Over time, this isolation can even lead to social anxiety, and we can end up avoiding most social events altogether. But wouldn't people feel like you just don't care about them? Exactly. When we're not honest, people eventually feel it and may take it personally. That's how relationships can slip away. But the truth is that we do care. So why not just be more honest? Good question. But when you grow up hearing constant criticism about your behavior, it's hard to believe honesty will help. And sometimes we get so used to masking our struggles that we don't even know how to be honest with ourselves anymore. When I became an adult, my mental load grew exponentially. Working a full-time job, managing an apartment, and trying to keep my fridge stocked, it all felt overwhelming. Friendships were important, but they couldn't always be a priority. And just as I started to get used to the chaos of adult life, another struggle emerged, feeling behind in life. By the time I was 30, my friends were buying houses, getting married, and planning holidays 2 years ahead. Meanwhile, I was proud of myself for remembering to water my plants and planning groceries 2 days ahead. It felt like our lives were on completely different tracks. They were building adult lives with stability and long-term plans, while I was still figuring out how to keep mine together. Instead of trying to bridge the gap, I pulled away. It felt safer to stay in my comfort zone than to risk being judged or misunderstood. So, you think that you and other people with ADHD cannot have friends? Of course not. I think that the perception we have of ourselves and our tendency to hide our struggles can make friendship very difficult. As long as we believe that we are broken, we won't feel like we deserve beautiful friendships. But that's not true. For me, the turning point came when I started connecting with other people with ADHD. For the first time, I saw I wasn't alone, and that feeling too much or not enough wasn't my fault. I wasn't broken. We laughed about forgetting texts and shared the shame we've carried for years. So what changed? I learned that honesty with myself and others is the key. It's not easy, but being open about my struggles has helped me rebuild old friendships and create new ones. ADHD can make friendships hard, but it doesn't make them impossible. By understanding our challenges and giving ourselves grace, we can break the cycle of shame and isolation. So, did you send that text? Yeah, and I feel much better now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content about ADHD.